It's August the 12th, International Youth Day, and this year the focus is on Click to Progress, youth digital pathways for sustainable development. And the Nigerian population is replaced with loads of youths. In fact, the young people comprise the majority of the population. But what are we doing with this energy, this useful strength? That is going to be our focus today on the program. As Country Director, Africa Youth Leadership Improvement and Crime Prevention Awareness, Andrew Enatomen is also a member, Nigerian Civil Society Organization, and member of the People's Democratic Party.
The essence of this conversation is to really track how far we've come as a country, particularly for the young generation. They keep saying the good old days, and for the majority of young Nigerians, they don't understand those good old days where, you know, parents would tell the younger ones that, oh, you should have seen us in school then. They were giving us meals. Our laundry was sorted by the school. We naturally get jobs, live in university, you get a vehicle, you get an apartment, you get allowances, and they tell you the exchange rate at that point, tell you how cheap it was to buy food. And you're telling the average young person right now, and they're like, why couldn't you preserve those good old days for us across board, from government particularly to other people who, of course, have the power? So the essence of this conversation is also track the past 20 plus years of this country and see how we can ensure that the next 20 years will not be the same. So, Mr. Enatomen, when you hear the good old days, for example, what do you think is a disconnect that we're not able to replicate the good old days to become at least the experience now?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think today is International Youth Day, and we're celebrating the strength of the youth. We always call it the strength of the youth because we understand the potential that is imbibed in us, the young people. You know, the truth remains, there is no country that survives, there is no nation in this world that can excel without the strength of the young people, without the strength of the youth. But it's quite unfortunate that most of us feel so sad that we only hear of the good old days, but we don't enjoy, we've not experienced it, and there is no hope that we're going to experience the good old age. At times I begin to wonder that if these are demographic, these are generations experiencing what we're passing through right now, what's the fate of the upcoming generation? I used to pity for them because I don't even see anything good coming for them anymore. We are doing everything possible within our reach as young people to harness the potential within us. But it's quite unfortunate that even our elders, our fathers, our forefathers, our leaders that we're looking up to, that have enjoyed the good old days, they seem to intentionally disconnect us from the hope that we tend to look up to. So it's a sad development, it's a sad reality. I wish we don't even hear about the good old days because we read about it, we feel it, we know what they enjoy, they talked about it. Now you now begin to wonder, why can't we experience what they experience? If the system that created the good old age for them, can't they replicate that same system for us, this generation, to enjoy the good old age? Considering the fact that the world is fast changing. As we speak right now, even in our time as young people, we knew when Nigeria was among the fastest growing economy in Africa. But today we're not even among the six. Niger is fast growing, almost at 12%. Senegal is fast growing. Djibouti is fast growing. Egypt is growing. Libya is growing. But Nigeria is nowhere to be found. So these are things that saddens our heart. Even when we were in secondary school in our university days, at least we felt a little bit of how good this country was. Look at the Yar'Adua days. We're kind of happy that good, Nigeria is getting better. Of course, transitioning into democratic regime from Obasanjo days, you know, we're trying to feel, okay, after leaving the military regime, we felt, okay, good. We begin to experience what pure democracy is all about. Obasanjo handed over to Yar'Adua, we're feeling that things will begin to get better. Jonathan came into the system of power, and of course, we were like, the hope was rising. But all of a sudden, a Buhari administration came on board, every hope got drained. Going into this administration again, of course, just like what my friend said, we wouldn't be blaming administration. Things have come to stay, but what we can do is to see how we can make it get better. But what hurt us more as young people is that we watch our potential dies within us. I watch a lot of videos on the YouTube and so many other. You see our young people die in the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pasture. You know, we have a lot of potentials buried and dying on the inside of us because we have government who lacks the vision to be able to see the giftings on the young people and take advantage of it. We have young people who are good in technology. We have the entrepreneurial young people who are self-motivated, who are good in entrepreneurship. We have young people who are tech savvy, who is maximizing these potentials of these young people. These are young generation, young Nigerians. They go abroad, other international, other developed nations. They are taking advantage of our young people. How do we harness the strength of the young people and the government make use of them for the development of this country? These are things we should be looking about. Of course, we've already missed it from previous administrations and going into, we don't even know what's in it for us in the future administration. But at that, where we are now, do we need to be looking at the good old days? Of course, we cannot reverse the clock of time, but we can at least take advantage of the present strength of the young generation. Nigeria youth constitute over 52%, 50-something%